Jeanette says mom, she's got a technical timing. No, find out who this is. Was that you?
No.
I will be back. We're going to start a couple seconds later.
Sure.
Listen to you.
You're supposed to call Dino at 8:30. If I don't make it,
How was your couple of weeks
send
been?
everybody home. First was
Yeah.
supposed to get canceled last minute.
Yeah.
I don't let it get
It's a tough location you're in.
You know,
How you get
Yeah.
in and out of
but
there.
other people lined up for the community.
Sue Rose.
Roads,
Yeah.
okay.
For sure, it's no different.
There's a period,
Employees.
it's sort of a critical
Yeah.
period in
Yeah.
really when all the youth out of town, but that doesn't mean they don't.
Yeah, no, I understand. We're good.
Yeah.
Big deal.
My days there running.
Oh, yeah. God.
For gardeners, May is critical.
That's planting season.
Yeah. Got to start the seedlings here soon.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to call the February 10th Mchenry Township monthly meeting to order. And we'll start with Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, we're starting at 7:01. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any public comment this evening? Okay. No public comment. We'll move right into the approval of the meeting minutes. Oh, wait. I need to do a roll call first.
No, I do that.
Okay, yep, you do.
Roll call Supervisor Barla,
Here.
Trustees Yeager,
Yes.
Macredo,
Yes.
Scheffler,
Here.
Bendenagel,
Here.
all
Yeah.
present.
Nailed it. Great. So there is no public comment tonight. And then I guess what I need is a motion to approve the January 13th, 2022 minutes for discussion and possible action. I need a first.
So moved.
Mr. Yeager.
A second.
Neil, seconded. All those in favor? Or wait, yes,
Discussion.
all, discussion.
Discussion, right.
There we go. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, I'd like to call the vote, and that would be a roll call vote. Trustee Yeager,
Yes.
Trustee Macredo,
Yes.
Trustee Scheffler,
Yes.
Trustee Bendenagel,
No.
and Trustee or Supervisor Barla is a yes. Motion carries. Okay, the next thing, item 4, is motion and approval the receipts of bills for the town fund and discussion and possible action. Do I have a first?
We'll make the motion.
Okay, John,
A second.
Neil. Any discussion? I guess you want to read them.
No,
Or no?
the town fund?
This is the town fund. Who's got town
I
fund?
got
To read it first.
Yeah.
We, the undersigned members of McHenry Township Board of Trustees, certified that we have this 10th day of February 2022 examined and audited the amounts due for the items specified, the claims attached, and hereby authorize payments of the same. Reimbursements to be approved, 0. Total bills to be approved, $8,993.71. Total bills paid prior to audit, $32,445.79. Total to be approved is $41,439.50. Total receipts are $20,190.06. I make a motion we accept the receipts and pay the bills for the town fund.
Any discussion?
No, we need a second first.
Neil. John raised the
A
first.
second.
And Neil
Neil
seconded
was
it.
first.
No, I was second.
Neil
Joe
made
was-
the motion.
Who's on first?
Who was second?
I'll second it.
Yeah, it's either way. So, any discussion? Not hearing any, we're spending money, so we need to do a roll call vote. Trustee Bendenego,
Yes.
Trustee Shepler,
Yes.
Trustee McCredo,
Yes.
Trustee Yeager,
Yes.
Supervisor Bartley, yes. Motion carries. Okay, I need a motion to approve the receipts and bills for the General Road and Bridge Fund for discussion and possible action. May I get a first?
Yes, Mark.
Mark.
I'll second it.
We, the undersigned members of the Mchenry Township Board of Trustees, certify that we have on this 10th day of February 2022, examined and audited the amounts due for the items specified in the claims, hereby authorized payments of the same. Total reimbursements to be approved, 0. Total bills to be approved, $37,559.35. Total bills paid prior to audit, $22,058.33. Total to be approved, $59,617.68. Total received, $31,354.25.
Any discussion on the bills? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for a roll call vote. Trustee Shepler,
Yes.
Trustee Bendenego,
Yes.
Trustee Yeager,
Yes.
Trustee McCredo,
Yes.
Supervisor Bartley is a yes, motion carries. Item 6, I need a motion to approve the receipts and bills for the Permanent Hard Road Fund, discussion and possible action. Do I have a first?
I'll make it.
Second.
Okay, who's got that package tonight? Okay.
We, the undersigned members of Mchenry Township Board of Trustees, certify that we have this 10th day of February 2022 examined and audited amounts due for the items specified in the claims attached and hereby authorized payment of the same. Total reimbursements to be approved, none. Total bills to be approved, $47,823.60. Total bills prior to audit, $17,664.08. Total to be approved, $65,487.68. Total receipts, $63,607.09. Make a motion to approve.
Any discussion?
Oh, that's right.
Hearing no discussion, we'll do a roll call vote. We're spending money. Trustee McCredo,
Yes.
Trustee Yeager,
Yes.
Trustee Bendenego,
Yes.
Trustee Shepler,
Yes.
and Supervisor Brown is a yes, motion carries. There are item 7.0, fund transfer. There are none this evening. New business, 8.1. Need a motion to review and discuss any laws regarding having pets in the park. I have a first.
I'll make the motion to
Okay.
discuss it.
Second?
Okay, Michelle. Okay. Any discussion?
Well, let's start with, that dogs are allowed in the park, but they need to be on the leash, I believe. The original concern was that Torma would not cover if anything happened with pets in the park. I reached out for Torma. I sent Debbie a copy of the email I received saying the pets are allowed in the park as long as they're on the leash.
Correct. We dug up an old ordinance from
1990.
1990.
Very cool.
So we'll go through and update the ordinance. And it's section 5 where it says
No pets allowed.
no pets allowed is going to be changed to pets allowed with a leash. We'll change it, we'll get the correct language in that, and we will bring it back for the reading and approval at the next meeting.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Is that the entire park, or is it restricted part of the park?
It would be the entire
The entire
park.
park.
Okay. Would be landmines.
And people have to pick up.
Yeah.
I believe that will be phase 2 of what we tackle.
Right, the signage, right.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess just kind of explain the thought pattern is that we'll go ahead and open it up with leashes, and we'll have to put some language in that they're to pick up after themselves. I believe it's already covered in the ordinance, but we'll include it in section 5 under pets. And then if we find, and I've talked to the guys who are out in the parks, and they say they rarely encounter it. There is some, but they rarely encounter it. But removing the no pets may increase it, understood, and we'll have to address that if it becomes a nuisance.
I would suggest maybe some distance between where the pets are allowed and where people are eating, you know, like picnic tables and so on.
People may come with pets.
Yeah, I know,
on picnic tables, but they
might-
should be able to have their pets on a leash.
Right, but they might need to stake them out or something. I don't know.
See, that would be a health department issue, and I don't know if they have a problem with that. I mean, I can call the health department.
I don't.
I guess the question is, if it's your dog and you have your dog at your table and you're eating your food, you're responsible for your animal. And I would
Right.
hope that people would
Yeah.
be responsible and not let their dog roam to somebody else's table and cause a health concern.
Well, if they have to be on a leash,
They shouldn't be roaming
Right,
anyway,
exactly, right.
so it may be a no.
We can contact the sheriff's department and maybe get a community service person to come in once a week to help clean the park.
Well, I think if that becomes a problem, if we do away with it.
I don't follow
Yeah.
we have our own people here that would do that. Why would we want the county to come over and clean the park?
Well, community service would be at no charge to us.
We have community service people come already.
Yeah, they do
That
pay, they come to
do
us.
work in the park over the summers.
Yeah.
So that would just be added to the
Right.
list of things to do.
Yeah, my employees come last year.
Yeah, no, good idea. I guess there was a motion by John, a second by Michelle, a discussion.
Yes,
I-
we did to table it to the next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, so your motion is to table it to the next meeting. All those in favor of tabling it to the next meeting?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries to table to the next
All
meeting.
right, who made the motion to?
John made the,
And Michelle, second.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. 8.2, need a motion to review the flyer for the parks. A motion from trustee Bendenagel. And a second from,
Second,
okay, Yeager, Mr. Yeager. Any discussion? I don't have any recommendations at this time regarding the flyers, to be honest with you. I've been a little preoccupied with budget this week.
I think once we get the ordinance updated, I mean, the flyers will have to go through because they say no pets allowed. We talked something about alcohol last time. So we can't do anything until that's done.
I'll make a suggestion. If you've already read it and you don't feel there's any changes, that's one thing. But I would ask that if you recommend any changes because of pets or alcohol or something like that, if you would just make the changes in the flyer and send it to myself or to the administrator, that'd be great.
I will gladly do that.
Thank you. And then we'll figure out how to get it done internally. Well, okay, so there was a first from trustee Bendenagel, a second from trustee Yeager. We're going to table this and bring it back to the next meeting. Okay. I need a roll call vote. We're going to table it. All those in favor of tabling it?
aye.
Do I have any nays? Motion carries the table and bring back. Okay, need a motion in regards to adding a credit card machine for payments
I'll
as
make
an
a
option.
motion to.
Okay. Need a second?
Second,
Discussion.
I brought that up because we're in 2022,
Yep.
and I do know how the administration feels about this particular topic. And I'm not going to go there necessarily, but there's a credit card processor in my building where I'm located, and he says we could charge back the fees to the person using the card instead of the township absorbing those fees.
Yep.
In today's world, I personally don't see why we shouldn't take credit cards. My opinion only, I'm on 104.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think that it's something we should do, but I don't know that we've had an opportunity to find different options. So
Correct. No, I agree.
I think something we have to explore.
Yes, because I think there's another tool besides the credit card machine that some other municipalities use through the state. And I need to investigate. I saw it, so it's kind of on me to investigate.
Okay.
So I'll have to ask. Another one coming back?
I mean, does anyone have an objection to people
I
using credit
would
cards?
agree, let's explore our options.
Yeah, explore the options. I don't want it, I want it to be
Seamless.
no cost to the township. A motion to explore options and bring it back to the next meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
No nays, motion carries to bring it back.
Who made the motion to?
Trustee McCredo and Trustee Yeager. First and second. Okay, I need a motion to review the Excalibur contract.
I make-
Well,
No, good.
okay.
Yeah.
We used to walk.
Second?
Yeah, right, that's what I said. Yeah.
Trustee Scheffler. Discussion.
That's a long contract.
Yes, it is. I'm
It's
still,
it's necessary.
I am
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
I am still going through it.
It's crazy.
Yes.
A lot of it was explained at the budget meeting, if you guys remember,
Yeah.
when we went out and looked at everything. So this is just the actual contract to go through since ours expires at the end of the month.
So it needs to go
I
through.
mean, I see no reason not to approve it. They've been doing a good job for the past, how long was it? How long have we been doing this?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And it's not something you necessarily want to interrupt at this particular juncture.
And we were able to get the cost reduced again. So, and it's a 3-year guarantee.
Yep.
Which is nice to lock in.
Right, that's huge right now.
And there's additional services that we're not utilizing right now that we will in the future. So it's a win-win to keep Excalibur. And even when we went out, or when Debbie went out and investigated it, there was folks that would decline to even bid us. And then when they asked who we had, they said their recommendation was, if it's working for you and it's cost effective, you probably want to stay there. So based on that, and we're still reviewing, I'm still trying to understand all the meat in there that we could get a hold of.
There's a lot involved because they
Yeah.
do oversee all of our
Yeah, it's tied into
software,
my phone
licensing,
system.
the
It's
phone system, all that.
all of that.
They've been there every time I called them.
Yep. You help me.
I make a motion that we sign the contract.
I second.
So, is that a voice vote?
Yeah, because you're spending money.
Spending
That's
money.
spending money.
Okay, so it's roll call.
Right.
Hey, it's written right here. Okay, I'll do a roll call vote for 8.4. Trustee Yeager,
Yes.
Trustee McCredo,
Yes.
Trustee Scheffler,
Yes,
Trustee Benenagel,
Yes.
and Supervisor Barlow is a yes. Motion carries, so we'll get that rolling. 8.5, I need a motion to allow Trustee McCredo to go forward with the Township Community Garden.
So moved.
Okay?
a second. Okay.
Is this mine or yours?
That's yours. Danny, I'll take it yours later, yeah.
Okay, any discussion?
What I prepared here is I did a little research. These are the parks within our, not township, within our county that already have community gardens. And what's shown there is the Crystal Lake Park District, Lake to the Hills, and the Woodstock Community Center. And in the third column, you can see what they're charging. From talking to people, they say we should charge because it makes them more responsible. which makes sense. I mean, initially going into this, I wasn't thinking we charge people to use the garden. But hearing that, I think it makes sense. Maybe a minimal charge?
Yeah, it's, a little owner investment never hurts anybody for motivation. I mean, you don't want to make it so unreasonable that what they grow isn't cost effective.
Exactly. If you go further into the packet, I list what all their fees are, and what their guidelines are for use, etc. And for the most part, I like what Hoffman Park is doing, their guidelines. They pretty much cover it all.
Okay.
The only thing I'd like to add, if you go to the back, the last page is the diagram of the park. And what I'm proposing is, where's those two dots at? Those two pages. I got this map. I'll turn it on. Number 28 on the map, those are the present bocce ball courts.
Yeah.
And what I initially proposed is we use those bocce courts just the way they are, and we divide them in 3. So instead of spending a lot of money digging dirt and all the other stuff, we take those bocce ball courts that are already in place.
Backfill them.
And
do it with
backfill with
raised
dirt,
beds.
right. That's my initial suggestion. You might have to put up some fencing to keep the deer away and the rabbits,
Yeah.
etc. I did get commitment, it's next last page, the commitment from Home Depot, from Jerry. She's the manager here at Home Depot in town, and she can approve us for $5,000, just on her word. She can go up to $8,000, but then she has to go a little bit higher in the chain to give us $8,000. Looking at this, I don't see us spending $5,000.
No.
And it's no investment on our part,
Right.
except for time. Judy's here, Judy's willing to work with us.
What about plumbing, getting the water out?
That's a good question. Right behind the food pantry, there's a spigot.
Okay,
So we're talking like maybe 100 feet to a hose, 100-foot hose.
okay.
That's a good question. I didn't lay out any notes necessarily. Before I proceed and really get into this, I just want board approval. Let's go forward. I mean, planting season's in May for the most part, you know.
How many gardens would you be able to get there?
I'm looking at 6 at this point.
Okay.
3 in each bocce ball court.
And you mentioned charge, so did you figure how much you would charge resident, non-resident?
That's something we could talk about. If you look here, the people are charging
Right.
20 to 30, 42 to $75.
How would the individual get a plot of land?
Well, they'd have to apply. I mean, we'd have to, some type of application form, which a couple of these already have in place. But again, Gary wanted a drawing, but I wanted more approval before I start with the drawing and
Yeah.
get the
Yeah,
application
yeah,
right
yeah.
up. You know, I could have it all ready for the next meeting. I just know that I'm gonna get rolling on it.
Yeah.
So
I'd
who's
say
approval
nice
do we
work.
need to give up the bocce courts then? 'Cause that's-
We've already
that's probably-
replaced them.
So then that would be the biggest thing.
Right, Gary was
You
gonna
got-
tear these things down.
You got funding from Home Depot, you got the place.
They put a hold on that more.
You
With your-
got the location, so you get 6 plots, you got Home Depot willing to give you $5,000 to get
Right.
started. So the biggest thing you need are the applications of people to plant.
Correct.
So you need our approval to get to
To
the
move
next step.
forward, right, yeah.
Well, if all we have to do is say I move to
No, what's-
approve it and move it to the next step.
My next question is there room for growth?
Oh, yeah.
looks
There's
like it
lots
from
of room
that.
down there. I figured we start with 6 and
Just
see
see
what
what
kind
the
of problems we
interest
run into, what we need to adjust. I mean, at some point, I'd like to have a whole fenced-in area back there that's garden, but we've got to get there first.
Sure. I don't see a problem.
I like where you're going with it.
Yeah. I mean, the road district might even have some fencing they can let us use in the summer that they use for winter.
Sure.
You know, the snow
Right.
Snow fencing?
fencing.
So technically, we're not spending any money on this.
No.
So it doesn't need a roll call vote, it just needs a voice vote to give trustee McCreado the green light to continue his investigations, and we support the project.
Yes?
Absolutely, yes.
So,
The only thing I need is a letter from the administrator to Jerry at Home Depot, so she can get us our $5,000. Now, I'm sure it's $5,000 credit at their location.
yeah.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Did you have a conversation with them at all? Say when it's dirt moving day, that they would come in and
They have
help us back
volunteers,
up?
yes, they have volunteers that help us as well.
You're already ahead of us, so I'll just wait till you bring all that, okay.
I just met Jerry when I had to buy some patio furniture 3 years ago.
So I guess, so from a discussion standpoint, it's a go ahead and continue to move forward. All those in favor of John continuing to move forward?
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing no nays, motion carries.
Thank you.
Old business, need a motion to review all the rental agreements and rates for all the facilities, shelters, community center, recreation center. Discussion and possible action. I'll do it first.
A second.
Neil, Mr. Shep, or Trustee Shepler. So, I believe,
You need this?
no, I do not. As we move through the budget process, one of the things that happens is, as we go through the budget, the timing, the way it has worked in the past is that once the budget is kind of solidified, then we'll go through and update all the flyers and everything regarding that. So it's going to be a late March, April approval for any adjustments. There's been plans for like, there was already a 5-year plan in place for the fields, and we'll share that. Did she hand that to everybody or just?
No, just me and you, I believe.
Okay, so there's already a schedule for those fees. Back in an earlier, very first packet, I believe, that we were involved in as a group when we started, there's all of the fee schedules in there. So going back and looking at the other organizations as they've moved through and things are starting to open up, electrical costs are going up, water's going up, gas is going up, insurance is going up, everything is going up. So
Fertilizer's tripled almost.
yeah, fertilizer is just killing us. It's actually one component of it is urea, which is natural, and I don't understand why that's going up. But it is what it is. So to make a long story short, we will discuss that further as we continue through the budget process. So I guess the motion would be is,
I have another comment.
sure.
I'd like to see a bid from outside service, what they would charge us to maintain the parks. From my understanding, it's been done in the past, but with everything going up, I'm sure the price is going to be higher.
I don't disagree with benchmarking at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would say something?
So so old business will continue to be old business. At the next meeting, we will, the actions coming out of this will be to get somebody to come out and quote what it would cost to do the applications that we do ourselves here, and look and do some comparisons there.
In the past, we had discussions about possibly discussing with Village of Johnsburg, if they wanted to maintain the park. Just a question.
Yeah, I've never heard, I wasn't part of that discussion.
Okay.
Wasn't part of that
It's
discussion.
okay. I think it's something we should consider. You know, in their parks department do
It'd
it.
be one of the things that we look at when we're trying to find another.
I don't think they have a formal parks department. They don't.
They have parks, I don't know how.
They have parks, but they're all maintained by their maintenance staff, you know, that does the roads and everything else. They don't have an individual.
They don't have a parks.
They don't have a parks department.
Maybe Jen's got some people in the summer who do it, get them work during the summer, when they got nothing to do.
Yeah.
I
So,
love the sarcasm in your voice.
Don't you?
Yes.
I'm sure they don't have any.
okay, since we're not spending any money, a roll call vote, or not a roll call, but a voice vote to bring back 9.1 to the next meeting. And one of the actions we need to do between now and then is benchmarking, having a service to fertilization.
You want to table this?
Yes. All those in favor of tabling 9.1?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Okay, any nays? Motion carries, all ayes. So item 10 is proposed agenda items for next week, these new ones. Yeah, that's coming up. That's part of my report.
Okay, wasn't sure.
These are different agenda items. These will be for the next agenda. We have everything that we carried over, anything new. Hearing nothing new, we'll move on to the supervisor report. The few things that I want to cover, you've read the packet. I believe that this was handed to you late. This is a letter that I'd like all of you to sign in regards to continuing funding of the buses through a grant. There's a Northeastern Illinois Area Agency on Aging. There's a grant out there that we used to get in the past, and we have to have our letter of intent in by February 16th. If you had an opportunity to read this evening, I will put this in the office here, and before you leave, if you have an opportunity to sign, we'll all sign it, and we'll continue the process to apply for the grant. Sounds good? Yeah, that's the one to sign. Yep.
It's just for the board and Gary.
A couple of highlights I'll just go over. I know they were in the packet. In light of some COVID mitigation, we've had one group leave the senior center and move to another location. There was the knitting happy hookers that knitted all the crocheting and blankets and things of that nature for veterans. They have decided to move on to a new location. The COVID mitigations for them down there in working with senior services at this point, they just chose to move. So hopefully we'll get them back when COVID disappears.
Did we lose any income in that move?
No, there's no income. We did shed some work. The other thing that's happening, you saw that Melissa is going to return to work from maternity leave. And we had a bus driver retire, so we're looking for we're in the process of hiring a part-time bus driver. And then also, our full-time operations manager who retired, apparently he wants to come back part-time, so I brought him back on a part-time basis to help. 2 part-timers might be able to do the job of 2 full-timers. So we're going to try our best to make this thing work. Yeah, GA and EA, I think you saw that, it'll probably stay low right now. But as the county's money's used up, it's going to matriculate to us eventually. So our GA and EAs are a little bit low. And as you know, we have a budget meeting coming up February 16th. So that's that. I think that's pretty much it from my perspective. You saw the assessor's report. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to get them.
Did she get anybody hired then?
She did. She was able to find somebody, and she's got somebody who's already started, by the way. She stopped by my office and said hello. So it was kind of nice to meet her. Anything in the Highway Commissioner's report? Then does anybody need or have a reason to go into executive session? Okay, no executive session this evening. And then discussion, I guess, is that it?
I want to say thanks to John for leading this community garden thing.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yes, absolutely. I was a little bit skeptical at first, I think, but I think as it moves along, I think it's a good thing, absolutely the right direction to go. As I see it unfold in front of me, it's good.
Thank you.
Anybody else? So hang on. One more comment from me is hang on. We're going to get a little busy here. We're going to have budget meetings on Wednesday next week, and then we'll have the hearing probably in April. Correct? Yeah.
We'll have also the annual meeting
Yep, the
on
annual.
the second Tuesday.
That's right. I'm glad
And you
want
will
that.
have a board meeting on that Thursday, and then you will probably, on that same Thursday, we'll probably just line up the budget hearings, so you only have one day to come in for all three meetings.
Do you have when is the last day the electors could put something on the agenda? For
March 1st.
March 1st.
You hear that, Robert? Anything we want on the agenda, we need by March 1st.
Yeah, we probably should put that on the webpage.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you hear what Robert said?
No,
Putting it on the webpage? Letting the
Put it
electors
on the
know?
webpage that by March 1st, anybody who wants to bring up an item, they have to.
put a public thing on I could do that.
Yeah.
That's easy.
yeah. and
I'll just
what-
put it right in the box.
Right, and what the procedure is for
What-
that.
Yeah,
And how they have to
you know,
do it.
they have to get
They have
this
to-
many signatures
Yeah.
and all that.
I don't have all that
I don't
information.
think you need a petition to get it.
You need a
Of course,
petition.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, you need a
Do you?
petition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, okay.
Yeah,
They have to have
I think you have to
pictures.
I think you have
I
to have
think it's
13
15
signatures or something like
signatures.
that.
Yeah, that's right, they have the 15.
Something like that.
I'm sure if you get Sue Rose involved and have her posted on the Friends of Mchenry Township page, make it submit. Now, we're gonna put the electric thing on there, right?
Yeah, it'll be on there.
The question about whether or not we want comment. We gave that choice to the
Grant the
electors.
easement.
I have not even looked at what's
Yeah.
on the list
Okay, I'm
for
just, I know,
that agenda.
we chose to put that in the electors meeting and let them decide. I make a motion that we, never mind, Gary.
Go ahead.
We kill this meeting.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries at
All right.
7:37.
I can make my bingo.
Is that a record?
All that for
No, we had a meeting in 10 minutes sometime.